And we're good. Right. This was a fucking ball ache. I tried to use Streamlabs. Didn't work, like at all. So this is very much just a thing. My laptop, for some reason, the framing is really weird. So my laptop is usually straight in front of me and it's fine. But for some reason, the framing just didn't work in. And we've had it turned all the way around. So, we're pending to see if this actually works. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff. They've just done the national anthem, so we should be fine. But holy shit, do I hate Streamlabs. And I'm not going to blame Ricardo. It's not Ricardo's fault. But holy shit, this was an annoying ass fucking process. My hair looks horrid from the back. It's the hat, but let's also I want a wider range just so I can actually have my face on it a little bit more, just so it's not just most of it taken up by a bit of orange. Right, everything should be fine. Let me know if the audio at the desktop's a little loud. I might turn it down a little bit. Just so it's not deafening. Should be fine. Right, okay, cool. Let me put that on Reddit first. As per usual. ELF. Watch along with ELF Live co-host, baby. That's what we are now these days, fellas. ELF co-host, Matt Bressington. I mean, it makes sense. I've been there for a while now, but still, Fortes. He is a monster. Right, here we go. Nils, bad season so far, to be honest. Mixed, so he's done better in the last couple of weeks, but overall, hasn't been great. Okay, let's get in the presented by First Down Magazine. If there are people in the chat, it usually isn't this early, but if there is, I will be talking in a second. Just need to find all the stuff. Why is it doing it like that? There we go. Put a link in. I think these should be a decent game. Obviously, this one is the first of 3 today. Slightly lower in terms of mat games. It should be good. I think what I think I'm tripping is because usually I have this part covered, so I don't see it. So I think the framing is different. It's probably me being a moron. It's the most likely problem. Presented by First Down Mag. And then put in the link, obviously. Interesting. ELF. ELF Watch Along, presented by First Down Mag. There we go. Happy days. Stay with us. Right, cool. That's on Instagram, that's on Twitter, that's on Reddit. I think that's all I need to do. Alright, let me actually get the stream up on my YouTube. Just to make sure it's all good. There we go. Right. Scoreboard should be fine too. I might need to adjust that at some point, but I think it should be okay. I need to get my notebook so I can make appropriate notes for ELF Live, because we are professional. That's what we do. We make notes. If this pen wants to work, that'd be awesome. Oh, brother. This has been a... There we go. What a slow start for me today. The Pathetic. There we are. Let's see how we do. I'm predicting quite a big scoreline. Not a favourable scoreline. Let me try and go. Yeah, because this is away. And then this is more central. But like, my laptop is facing such a different way that it feels so weird. There we go. Because it feels like it should be different. But my laptop is literally facing my wall. For some reason, the camera angle is like so sideways, so slanted up. There we go. Right, here we go. Not the best of starts. not the best of starts for Helvetic. But Coleman, I think, is going to be a big part of this. He kind of started off slower last week, but of course he's coming in off of a Colts practice squad spot. Hasn't had a time, hasn't ever been in Europe. I think he's in a fucking incredible athlete there, Coleman. Right, let's see what Vienna have got. Massive favourites. Here's what I'm going to project. Carey is going to have 80% of the touches in this first quarter. They seem to really favour Carey, which is a good decision because he's an extra running back. And I said he's going to get over 1,000 yards this year, which seems to be right so far. And they are better at running than they are passing. They're a very good running team. It says Carey again, that's basically a run. People forget how good Carey is. They really do. Because he had the Vegan brothers, obviously, with him last season. And that really helped. He's a phenomenal player. I think I might just turn my... When I get Marcus or Ricardo in there later, they might tell me if my audio's too loud, but... Yes, Carey again. Expecting a lot of that today. I think they're going to try and get them out of this one quickly. With a bit of a scoring burst at the start. That's the expectation anyway. It might not be true, but that's the expectation. I also need to put my poll up. Forgot to do my poll. Can I do a poll on this? Yeah, Schutz. I've enjoyed watching Jonas Schutz as well. He's been a player that I've really enjoyed watching. There's Folk. He's going to be a big part. Now, let's get it up on my actual stream. We don't need a poll. We'll be fine. Talked about Folk today as well. Someone said about having him on that breakouts, but Folk was damn good last year. I would definitely not consider Folk to be a breakout. Here's Clayton already. Early, well, I guess you could call it failure. Early giving up of the football though, from Vienna. It's interesting. It's not a great position to be in already. We know that Helvetic have a good defense, so... Well, we know they have good defensive talent and good defensive pieces. Yeah, that's Clayton. Clayton was 19 last week. Ooh, of the hands. Well, yeah, he was 19 last week. Pretty positive. Liam was French as well, wasn't he? He's French Canadian. Said about chosen. He was 19 last week. Pretty sure he was, anyway. I might be tripping, but I'm pretty sure he was. Hit again. Instant pressure. The offensive line has not done a good job there at all. He was instantly getting rocks there. I'm going to turn my camera again slightly over this way. Getting weird. Like my laptop is just not in a position you would think for this very normal angle. I mean, you can see if my hands are straight forward towards my screen, but it's not straight fucking forward that way. 4th down already. 2 starts. I'm gonna write that down. Both teams starting slow. Interesting. They're in Helvetic as well, so I'm pretty sure it was Nick was saying, was it Nick was saying about Surge, or was it Vienna that don't travel as well? I think it was Surge. From what he's seen, they don't travel as comfortably, but I think it was Surge, not the Vikings. Here we are. Media tutorial, same route I've seen 100 times. If you haven't seen my video, go and watch that. It's a route that's very, 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 very commonly ran. And I said they're going to go to him a lot because they want him to get 1,000 yards. He's only got 2 games to do it. And he needs to get like a good 150, 200 yards to do it. So he needs to have 2 massive games to get near 1,000 yards. Hence why he was one of my players in my fantasy advice. I'm still not convinced on Holmes either. He makes a lot of he makes some questionable reads. I'm gonna be real. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. I've spoken to people this week that had the same way. Like, he makes some beautiful throws, but like, that's not a good decision. I'm really excited to see how Vienna do in the playoffs. I think they'll do good. I think they're definitely a worthy playoff team. They're 10-0. They're very talented. I'm just still not bought in. Once again, outside, wide open. There's Torre again. Ten more for him. I need to get like props to watch. If I had any kind of production skill, I would have stuff like that, like props to watch of yards, because I think Torre is going to get over 100 today, maybe 150. This one's going to be a big one for him. He's going to get targeted a lot. Carey's going to get a ton of touches because he's Carey. That was a good. Their defense is solid. Vienna struggled with them last time. They kind of lit them up a little bit with the busted coverages, but Helvetic are unlikely to be 1-8. If they didn't have bad management earlier in the season, they would have been a lot better than 1-8. It's Carey on the draw. Nice. Easy 11 yards out of that one. Nary an issue for him there. Good draw. Nicely done. Offensive line for Vienna is so good, man. It's disgustingly good. Amazing offensive line. Arguably the best. Milanovic, Holub, Daltrey. It's an incredible one. It's incredible. We've got Rudlinger. What's up, Bison? Good to see you, brother. Oh, my comments on my phone, so if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my phone. Because if I have YouTube up on my laptop, it the CPU gets fucked up, and oh my god, my scoreline's like so off. Right, hold on, let me edit that out. Apologies. Everyone who's been here for the last few minutes, apologies. You now have the score and the down when it comes back up. Yes. Both teams have started kind of slow. I've already projected Torre to get over 100 to 150 yards. Let me get the Citizen in there just so I can like appease. There we go. There we go. Now everyone's happy. The sponsors get viewage, which I'm sure they're not mad about. Hopefully I don't get done by the ELF for showing that. Curry again with another touch. I need to watch a lot more of the Americans. It's kind of hard sometimes with the constant movement of the Americans to really get an idea of some of the newer ones, who's good, who's bad, unless they really stick out. That's fine. It's not that late. It's a little bit late, but not that crazy. Jonathan Fox a Paul though, so. Oh, they got a flag for it anyway. Yeah. It was a little bit late. I can understand why they threw the flag. I might come back to bite him. You want to be disciplined, especially when it's 0-0, man. This game is very much still open. But now just giving them 315 yards. They're well in field goal range now, just outside the red zone. Pitch out to carry again. I said he'd get about 80% of this first drive. Or first quarter. It definitely has been the way. Torre's got a couple catches. Schultz got one swing. But carry's going to be the big one, especially in the first quarter. Seems to be the way they operate. They're very, very run heavy in first quarters. Sup, Justin? How you doing, brother? Been for some good games today. I've expanded my presence on the screen a little bit more. Just I felt like it was a bit too small. Here's throw out left side. There's Noah again. Big one. He wants 1,000 yards. He wants 1,000 yards. And the team want him to get 1,000 yards. He's over, yeah, so he's over 700 now. I'm pretty sure he was over 700 anyway. Pretty positive he was. They're going to go to Noah a ton. A ton. Because whoever gets that first receiver over 1,000 yards for a European, that's history. That will never, ever, ever be able to be, like, rewritten. And Spiller and Torre are within reasonable reach. Especially for two young guys, too. But Ben's not a yards guy. That's the thing. I have Ben written down as a drive finisher. You run the ball with carry. You get a few good gains here and there. Maybe 10, 15 yard gains. A few flags push you down. And then Holmes can finish a drive. He's good at finishing drives. I still don't have him as a top quarterback. I'm just saying. I mean, last quarter we saw the same. Last game at the start we saw the same thing, and stuff like that. False start flag. It's 5 yards. False the unnecessary roughness. That's 15 yards. Carry has produced most of the yards in this drive from an offensive standpoint. Like I said, I was talking to people in the league, players. I was talking to a couple of players, and they feel a similar way. Obviously not No, that's not the be or end all. Is if the players feel the same way as I do. But like, I think he's good. I do think he's good. He does finish the drives very well. He's good in the red zone. His feet are good enough. He has some nice touch balls. But if you put him... Noah. I just gave you fucking credit for not dropping balls. You dropped that? Noah. Come on, man. I just made a whole video where I said I don't think I've seen him drop a pass. And then he dropped a wide open pass. I'm devastated by that. That doesn't look good. I had to walk that statement back. What do you about Ben's QB? It meant more of a Torres but for a target. Yeah, true. It's a good point. I don't think we've seen it. So Horn hasn't been targeted yet this game. Nearest beer bomber. Schultz has got one. Here, yeah, they're going to Torre again. That's well overthrown. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, Jamal was put their fantasy. In stream. I'll talk about in stream. Yeah, chat. My fault, man. My fault. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, I made a hole. That video took a long time to make. I actually had a record amount of not blue screens. Brother, that's what we were just talking about. It's like, I made a whole video saying how good his hands are. How I can count on one hand how many drops he's had in this ELF start. And he drops a fucking pass. Easy. Bravo. Alright, let's have a look at Jamal's fantasy points. Alright, you got Chad. Yep. Kerry. Yep. Kerry's always going to be a big pickup because he is the Vikings offense. Obi. Yeah, of course. Noah. Yeah. Surprising go Spiller, but I get why he went for Noah. Malik, of course. Sinerda. He's been really reliable. Tomiwa. Yeah. Werner. Yeah. And then Stuttgart. Yeah. Seems like a really good week for you, I think. I think you're in for a big one, Jamal. I'm going to write that down as well. I cursed. Sorry. Noah. For cursing. With the drops. My bad, bro. I didn't mean that. Tasic might have been a good call, to be fair, as well. Kickers are always quite a hit and miss, really, because they're either pretty good or they're just not going to be good at all. Really no in between. Easy. But I said, I want to hear your opinion on this, Jamal, too, if you're still here. We're talking about Ben Holmes. I think he's a drive finisher. I think he does a really good job. He's not about yards. He doesn't get yardage. He's not like a... If you put him on the Enthroners team... I think Jack Mangle might do better. I'm just saying. Because the run game is massively helpful. The offensive line is massively helpful. He's got one of the best receiver cores, best tight end, 2 really good tight ends, and Scheibel as well. Plenty of opportunities to get on the ball with that amazing defense. If you put Jack Mangle in that, maybe. We'll never know, but maybe. Maybe that's a hot take. Might say on the left live. It depends on how good Jack does. If Mangle doesn't have a very good week, I won't say it. But if he does, then I will. Right, let's see what Helvetic have got to answer. Right again, the running game has still been a big struggle for them. They just can't get it started at all, like nothing. Where's Dion? Dion messaged me as well. He was happy with I gave the offensive line praise. Is he 58? 56. Nunez is 58. I think that's a really good sign though, Nunez. Elvis Nunez. Important to get. There's, like me and you talked about, Jamal, there's not very many elite centres in this league. Ah, man. Spiller. No, not Spiller. Is that Muller? I think that's Muller. Is 16 Muller? Or is 19 Muller? Or is 18 Muller? I feel like that's Muller. We'll never know. Get the ball to Spiller. We haven't seen Spiller targeted. Then again, we didn't see him in the first half targeted last game either. Regardless, they haven't really got moving yet offensively, but we feared this. We feared this. But I probably will be... I think Vieto are going to take quite a big lead with this one. Eventually. They tend to start. They're a slow starter. Said this on the ELF show with you, Jamal. They're a slow starter. No, I can agree. Best line position in Europe is guard. I think a lot of guards in Europe. Who would I have as my best guards? Lewis Thomas, Paris, one of the best guards. I would have Ricardo. How you doing, brother? All good? Talking about offensive linemen at the moment. I need to think of more guards. I got distracted by Ricardo's entrance. Good catch. Cool, innit? They caught it. Called it cool. Called it cool. Coleman ain't happy about it. Who else I got a guard? Let me think. Who do I really like? Just arrived home. Where are you being at? I tried using Streamlabs. It ain't work. Streamlabs was a disaster. I got a little bit late. I was like rushing to get this done because Streamlabs was a little bit weird. Hence why they've got a lot more space here. Because I was planning. So my laptop again, as I've said, is horribly angled. What I was doing is planning on how to chat on here, and my camera a little bit more sideways. Lemon is playing guard, yeah. Connor Bolton is a good pickup, yes, he's underrated. I like Lawrence Cornwall-Baptiste when he's playing at guard and not at tackle. Dion, you're thinking of Dion. He's pretty good. Yeah, unfortunate. There's more. I'm missing someone really big. I know I am. Because a lot of the best linemen are tackles in Europe. I feel like tackles always get more. Tackles get a lot more praise than guards do. Guard's the most, like, underappreciated. Offensive linemen in general are underappreciated, but Pepler at Ryan, he's really good. Raji, is he a guard, though? Lucas Lavin's a good pickup. I don't know if Raji's even a guard. Raji plays everywhere. The offensive line. Oh, drops today, man. Helvetic, come on. You write that down. Helvetic drops early. Ah, Talitza. You gotta get that pick, man. I just put you on my list of breakout homegrowns. Could have made me look really clever. Because Lucas Avin was a D1 guy. He went to Chattanooga, I want to say. Nice punt. Oh, real nice punt. Oh, great punt. Natural Yeah, he does play a lot of left guard. You are right. Because they play Sven at tackle on the left. They play Arnold at tackle on the right. I know who's really good. Marlon Worthman. He's really good. Uh, and just to be honest, all the Munich offensive line is really good. Raji is naturally a best left guard, but he's so athletic. You can play him at tight end. You can play him at tackle. You can play him at fullback. He's played all those positions before, just this season, let alone last year and the year before when he was in the GFL. Full stop. I need to look at guards. Maybe I should do a guard list and just get into some tape of some guards. Because I'm a lot better at my recall knowledge. Like, I have a list of guards on my boards, of course. But my recall knowledge, I'm a lot better at tackles than I am guards. I need to be better with that. That's just me being a biased analyst towards offensive tackles. His carry. Not much space there at all. Good tackling. That's Kev Fortes. What's crazy, I've known Kev since I was 16. Or like, I have watched Kevin since I was 16. Because when Bristol played France and we beat them, I was on that team at 16 in my freshman year, I guess you could call it. And he was on that team. Kind of mental. Carry, big one. Yeah, the Brazilian. It's not Soares. It's Murilo Silva. Yes, he is good. Murilo Silva is very good. I have that video on the Brazilians, and he's in it. Yeah, he's a baller. Murilo Silva. A lot of Brazilians are really good in offensive line. You got a Mordam. He's a really good guard. He's been playing a lot more tackle this year, but he isn't a natural tackle. He's a lot better at guard. He's a fine tackle, but he's a good guard. More carry. You get across the juice of phone, yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Everything by team too, because that's important. Guards are absolutely people. Guards are so good. Like, to have an elite guard is rare. Like, if everyone can name the elite tackles, everyone can name the couple of elite centers that we have, but people can't really name elite guards that much. If I asked you to make a top 5 receiver list, you could do it like that. You'd probably make a top 5 tackle list really easy too, but guards, they don't get the love, and I feel like that's wrong. I've got to do better. Can't see what happened. Reese Horn's got the ball in his hands, as he tends to do. Yeah, he's going to get 1,000 yards too. How many yards did he have so far? I need to get... if I try to get cocky and put an internet browser on my laptop while I'm watching the game, it might self-destruct. I just want to look at some more guards, man. That's what I want to do. Now they got flags anyway. Forced, not time wasting. Let me get the team list up. See if I can jog my memory. All right. Carrasco Sainz underrated, but he's a tackle. Surge. Who's the Surge's guards? Oh man, I got to study up, man. I need to study up. Yeah, 9 carries, 43 odd yards. Makes sense. That's why I said it would happen. They are a run first team. What's this flag about them? Taking a while to review it too for a flag we don't even know what it's about. Come on, fellas, let's get this moving, yeah. Long breaks as well. There's been a lot of long breaks. Oh, I appreciate it, Ricardo. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know how much I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll probably be back and forth between those games. Because the Munich one, the Madrid one, is going to be probably the best game. This one I imagine isn't going to be too close, probably. Surge and Seaman shouldn't really be close, if I'm going to be real. What's up, brother? How you doing? We obviously got the First Down Magazine sponsorships in the... Oh my god, this is so weird because of the angle of the camera. This way. Yeah, there we go. This way. Oh my god, actually, I never got to do that again. Of course we are, man. We're talking about guards, offensive linemen. What the fuck are we reviewing here, guys? Come on. We're not even watching football at the moment. We're just watching the refs. Really, this for a spot? It's been like multiple minutes. Alright, well, I'm gonna... Here we go. Hopefully. Oh. 12 on the field. Took me a while to call that, no? Replay first down. Finally, we got the answer that we were looking for. Oh shit, I didn't post on Discord. Yeah, you fucking hell. Thank you. My bad, thank you. I always forget about the Discord. Let me get that in. We are live, fellas. There we go. There we go. I forgot. I definitely forgot. There we go. We're good now. We're good now. We're good now. For the NFL? Who said? Did the commentator just say about the NFL for one of these guys? To be fair, end of the first quarter there's that motion they're talking about, but there's Kerry again. He's got like over 50 yards already. Who the Raiders got this week? Oh, they're not playing this week. Okay, cool. I did think that... I know that Helvetica slow to start the game. I talked about that during the week. But... we haven't seen our Ben Holmes pick yet, either. Vienna slow to start the game. Looking for it. It's going deep. Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, fair enough. That's what I'm saying, man. You can produce moments of magic, but like at a consistency level. The Lions continuing on to the 11th season. Transfer might break down the wide receiver talent on the Panthers. I mean, I could do that actually. It's not a bad idea. I could probably do that. Because obviously when the season ends, I won't have much to do other than make videos on like other stuff. Like obviously the player evals, but I would happily do some watch songs for the NFL. I mean the game is going to determine more for sure, yes. If the Raiders get in, do you think they can win the wild card? Who would they be playing in the wild card? Let me have a look quickly on the ELF playoff picture. Now they posted pretty recently. There it is. So if they beat, they'd have the Surge. Score's good. They would have the Surge if they snuck in ahead of... If Munich or the Raiders get into the playoffs, they're going to have to play the Surge. No, they play Ryan. Yeah, they ain't winning that game. They ain't winning that game. Well, it depends. Yeah, because it's going to be Vienna at 1, Surge at 2. Yeah, whatever way. It'll be one of them. Fire at 3, because they've got a loss against Madrid. So they're going to have to play the Ryan. Yeah, the Raiders-Ravens game at the end of the season is going to be so important. It's going to be great. It's going to be one of the most competitive games of the year, I think. I mean, last time it was super competitive. PAT's missed. I think they can win against the Ravens. I don't know if they can beat the Ryan Fire, though. I would favour Fire by about 20. Honestly. They're mobile enough to take care of Kerry. Cozy, sorry. They're mobile enough to get rid of Nkosi. Their offensive line is more dominant physically than the offensive line of the Raiders. Could the Raiders create separation of DBs? I think they probably could for a bit. Raiders a good run game to give anyone problems. True, that is true. They do have a great run game. Hugo Cagles is going to be... But you've got to think about that fucking Ryan D-line. They've got Hugo Cagles. They've got Jason Shaqiri. They've got Max Parks, who's playing a lot more 3-tech this season. They got a ton of defensive line talent. They might have like the deepest defensive line, maybe in the league, maybe. Yeah, this Surge game is tough. I do think you're. I mean, we do want to see it again. It was close the first time. The Mercs aren't had this, but they need to get cooking something on offense. They've the bed even scratched. There we go, Teron Robinson. Let's get Teron Robinson more involved. You guys seen anything of Robinson so far? Be coach. I think the Raiders Ravens is a really interesting matchup that I'd love to see. I think both struggle mightily against the Fire. Just because the amount of talent on the Fire team is huge. And also, Ryan have got better coaches than everyone else. Now, Ryan have a former NFL head coach. They've got Andrew, who could easily be a head coach of any team in the league. They've got John Shoup, who was a former Munich head coach. That like trio of offensive identities is insane. So stacked. If I'm with the Raiders, I already have a great power runner. Throw in some zone read and give that defense, whoever it is, everything trying to stop it. I think the Raiders have a better chance to find a Rave. Ooh, I do think the Raiders would give the Fire more issues than the Ravens. Because, actually I don't know about that. Because if we're doing matchup for matchup, Nkosi or Chad, I'm taking Chad. Tomiwa or Bonatti. Probably taking Tomiwa. Then again, he's been unhealthy this season. He's been pretty unhealthy. So maybe Bonatti. And you've got Hassavanta as well. But you've got Rodney on the other side of Munich. Receivers is definitely Munich. Unless Sweeten has another good game, which I'm hoping he does, because I kind of put my put my rep on him. That's what I'm thinking, Mike. I'm kind of with you. I do think they'd be quite dominant against either of them. I think there's levels, and Ryan are really fucking good. They just beat the brakes off Paris. And Paris, I think, are better than both of those teams too. Yeah, maybe. It might be close for a little bit. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, yeah, for sure. You got Malik. And Marvin. And basically Tomiwa. I mean, Malik Stanley is an A-plus receiver. He's as good as Markel. Sweeten, I'm a massive fan of. We've only seen one game. You know how much of a fan of him I said him. I said he might be an all-star player if he had a full season. But then Han has been injured this season and hasn't had his full ability. Marco Schneider hasn't been used nearly as much as I thought he would be. And Marvin is an experienced all-star. A very good complementary receiver. I'm not a massive regular fan, but I can understand he adds a little bit of a deep threat. He's a long, rangy receiver, which is something that the Raiders don't really have. Let's hope we see Vikings versus Fire in the semis. I think that's possible. Oh yeah, Munich come on, brother. Munich definitely have a better receiver core. Just the highs. None of those guys would be ease. I would take none of those guys as ease. I'll be real. Nice screen out. There we go. It's a flag on the play, but the screen was nice. I wouldn't, if I'm building a team, I wouldn't take Schneider, Han, or Scummer to be an E. They're all very good receivers. I'm not taking them as E's though. Marvin has not been an E. I wouldn't take him as an E either, but he's still very good. He's a top 5, like, Marvin's a top 4 German receiver. I talked about this earlier with someone that Marvin's a top 4 German receiver because you got Haaland and Geyer. I have Haaland number 1, Geyer number 2. You got Robin, and then probably Marvin, and then someone like Nico Strauman at 5. Clayton, nice run. Raiders could surprise. I don't think they've beaten anyone in that top 4 though. Like you got like Raiders, Stuttgart, Ryan, and Paris. I think are just the clear top 4 teams in the league for me. I think Philip. I think Milan Spiller right. Marco's a better receiver than Spiller. Spiller has shown a lot of promise, but Spiller is also on a less stacked team. But I'm a big Marco Schneider fan. I need to get into the tape with Spiller. But Marco's a lot more polished as a receiver than Spiller is. Marco's also a lot more built for the season than Spiller is. Spiller needs to add some weight to his frame. Obviously, he's still a young guy. The Raiders' offense is all run though. Like, Nkosi as well. Nkosi makes some bad decisions. He's a good quarterback. He's been clutch, especially down the stretch against Munich and against Helvetic. But he throws picks. There's one thing that Ryan Fire can do is take advantage of those turnovers. And who the fuck is going to stop Glenn in any team at the moment? You could put an all-star team together of the best defensive linemen in Europe, and I honestly think Glenn could still maybe go over 100 yards. Raiders best to do something to get more people coming to the game this year. They've only had about 3,200 on average. Well, from what I was hearing, some of the fans were a little bit annoyed at the releases. I don't know about that though. I'm not, nowhere near Innsbruck, but I know some people weren't happy about the quarterback situation, and last year it was basically the same thing. So I know that's turned a couple of people away. If I'm more consistent, I'll take Phillips as an E. Phillips a good blocker. Phillips a good blocker. Phillips a decent route runner. Philip has good hands. But for ease, I think I'd have another 10 people above him. Obviously the obvious ones, Robin, Harlan, Lewis, Noah, Flores Calderon. Probably someone like trying to think of like a rogue one. Stir up some controversy. Good punt. Maybe not. Maybe not. No. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, you're a lot more connected to the team than I am. Also, I mean, you're there. So, you're a lot more connected to them than I am. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm just going off hearsay, rumours, smoke and fire. But 3,200 is still a lot more than places like Milan and Fehervar again. The Raiders realistically aren't a title contender right now. And in this golden generation of Austrian talent, which I probably will do a short or a video about, I'd like to, Vienna have most of it. Not all of it. I'll make that clear. There's definitely some golden generation talent in Innsbruck. But most of it is in Vienna. You got Talitsa, who looks outstanding. You've got Noah. You've got Nico at quarterback on the AFL team. You've got there's just a bunch. There's a bunch of really talented Austrians at the moment. And again, you got people like Tonko, who are talented Raiders. But I think I would get the edge to Vienna. So I move my chair forward. There we go, Spitball. I'm excited to see where the teams go next season too. I might do that at some point. Obviously with streaming, I need to rebuild some of these teams and decide how I'm going to format that. Still haven't decided. Obviously I've been making the Noah video and stuff for a while, so it's taking up quite a lot of my time. Vienna does have a lot more to pull from, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's definitely a factor, but I can see Vienna dominating this rivalry for a long time. It'll be a few seasons, I think, unless the Raiders have like some crazy E's and A's they bring in. I can see Vienna having a pretty big stronghold on the rivalry. Yes, they can. They can. The Raiders have got to do something about that. They want to compete. They got to do something about it. They got to rob from those teams too. You got to try and find gems. Like Destiny, the defensive line of Danube. Why the fuck is someone not trying to get him on the ELF team? He's one of the best defensive linemen in Austria. I was going to say he might be the best defensive lineman in Austria. He's up there. Destiny is a great player. I don't know why they're going to try and bring him in. Yeah, but like just because they're losing then, don't mean they're losing now. They've won every game that you left. About the future, man. It's all about now, not what happened 10 years ago. It's all about now. Vienna have got the upper hand. I've been seeing a lot of this one, the import rules stuff. The league is very aware of the discussion, by the way. Like, that's been discussed. I can't say too much on it, but like, you know, people are talking a lot about it. It has been discussed by the league. There's shorts again. But it creates a bit of a difficult situation where you're asking the lower teams to spend more money that they don't have. That's the big part. Razors closest year, in my opinion. That game won. Things kind of got away from them in the fourth quarter. Fast goal at worse, and how the game turned out. Yeah, it was also a boring game. Like, they missed a few kicks and stuff as well. And Vienna have had injury issues too. They have a salary cap already in the league. There's already a salary cap. It's a difficult one. Like I said, because you've got Milan, who are a bad team, they don't have a ton of people come to the games. The league can't pay for it. Like, telling the league to pay for your imports, I'm not fucking with that, to be completely honest. I've seen some people suggest that. Ben Holm's going for a shot. Ah, Torre, man. I think I've cursed him. That was a really tough grab, though. He does look pretty hurt. Shit. Shit. Hopefully not a bad one. Let's have a look. He stretches out for it. Lands heavy. Hopefully he's alright. Hopefully he doesn't get too banged up. Yeah, because it would be good. It would be good for them to, like... Let me read that. And Frankfurt are spending some money on some players, I'll tell you that. Every team's got players they're paying a lot of money for. Some people say how much players making at ELF. Some people saying that's bullshit. It ain't bullshit. Some people are making serious cash. Idea of contender division where bottom hat tier teams play against each other more. Yeah, it would happen with alignment, wouldn't it? It would just be... I don't think they should make it ELF 2. Like, we have 17 teams in this league. Making it ELF 2 would be way too, like, tight. And no one's going to turn out to watch ELF 2 football, you know what I mean? Yeah, feast or famine. If the teams can afford to pay the additional inputs, and yeah, I mean, if they can afford to do it, but, like... That was loud. Yeah, if they can afford to do it, I've got no problem with it. But you can't make the league pay for it. Like some people said, Schultz, Nelly doing that. Like, Holmes is throwing deep a lot in this game. I don't think it is. Because they've expanded the homegrowns. Like, Hungary can reach into the Baltic regions for their imports, for their homegrowns. Milan just don't do a good enough job of recruiting into it in Italy. I think everyone in Italy knows how bad they are at recruiting. You got Prague that can do the same thing as the Enthroners can, where they are allowed a few extra additional countries. No, we don't need them. Yeah, agreed, absolutely. The ELF 2 would suck. I saw some people saying about that. That would suck. No one wants an ELF 2. I agree. It's meant to be like a big special thing of all the champions of countries. Like, Spain has enough homegrowns for a really, really good team. We still how good Barcelona were a few years ago. We still know how good Madrid are now. Paris, more than enough imports. Homegrown. They can make two teams comfortably in France. Germany, obviously. Austria, obviously. Czech Republic does have. They just won an AFL championship. They've got the talent. They just haven't reunited as a city when it comes to ELF ball. The Enthroners are allowed to pick apart from other teams and have got better. I think that's important to mention. The Enthroners have got better. Did you catch that? Nice catch. Oh, Terrell Robinson's wearing 9 today, not 2. That's kind of cool. Obviously, the separation is not with the skill positions, more so in the trenches. Agreed. You look at Helvetic, again, you've talked about it on your channel, about how good some of the teams are in Switzerland. They just haven't reunited. It's the same thing in Czechia. And we're seeing more, like, the league being around is going to make more talent. The league's 4 years old. So, athletes who are watching this from, like, 13, 14, 15 are going, and have maybe followed it for a couple of years, are going to be heading into the league now. The next few years, we're going to see a massive amount of homegrown talent expand into the league. I guarantee you that. And we've already seen it. Look at Lewis Geyer. Lewis Geyer entered the league at 19. He's now a fucking league superstar. One of the all-time best ELF receivers. And he's 22 years old. FP's great. We love FP. DBs is always going to be a European issue because it's such a hard thing to do. That's why they're going to bring in a lot of Americans for that position. It's the hardest position in football except for quarterback, and obviously you're going to get an American at quarterback too. I think the best country that produces DBs is probably Germany. But teams don't know how to get E corners. I don't know why. Teams will try and buy E corners, and more often than not, don't work out well. The ones that worked out well was Nitzlander in Munich and Rodion in Verhervar. And that might be about it. EDBs at safety, I think, work. EDBs at corner, not as much. Interesting. Fact is, they have to do something and fast. See variants in Germany free. TV dropped harsh this season. That's the most important thing for the ELF. Promax doesn't review the deal, therefore stop. French DBs are... Oh yeah, that's a good call. But Germany have got... Yeah, actually, maybe it is France. Jennen, as in for fire, I wouldn't have him as an E. I think he's a very good player, but I wouldn't have him as an E. This season, the playoffs are going to be amazing. I think the thing that will be dropping in ratings this season is the divisions. The West is incredible. The West is awesome. But then the rest of them, just aren't the same. DeFalsis is a safety. Marcelo is a corner. Yeah, he worked out real well, to be fair. I'll give you that. He was very, very, very good. He is a corner. He isn't a very good... Well, he is a good safety. He's not as good as a safety than he is as a corner. DeFalsis is fine too. I don't think he's elite. He's alright though. Ooh, nice fucking ball. I think E's have to be spent on lines. Probably linebackers. Maybe safety. Depends on your homegrown talent, obviously, but offensive line priority. I do agree we should have smaller divisions, maybe an 18th team, and divide it up into 4, and have more out of conference stuff. That would be really, really fun. Like we have 4 divisions, 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, I mean, we have 18, maybe 20. 20 teams would be great because you have 5 divisions. Because I would also like to see those interesting matchups. I wouldn't say the center's fine, but the Surge are going to win the center every year. I think that's pretty definitive. Whereas on the West, it was a real conversation. Start of the year, would it be Frankfurt? Would it be Rhine? Would it be Paris? Madrid looked really good at the start of the year. The only one that wasn't really talked about was Cologne, and even they've done alright, and Hamburg. Yeah, I would like to see potentially a 20-team league. I think 20-team would allow the team to kind of settle down for a bit, for a few years. I think 20 would be really all you need. Obviously, I'm not at all saying that's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. But 17 is a super awkward number. But if we add 20 or 16, maybe... I want to say if the Dragons drop out, but if the Dragons do drop out, we have 16, it might produce some more conference matchups. Really depends on how the league goes. But I would like to see it go to 20 and then stay at 20 for a long time. Throw Munich in the East, yeah. I would be mad at it. Make some more rivalries. The Munich Raiders would be a really good rivalry that you can make up. Cologne Madrid looked like a pretty good rivalry at the end too. Also, it's certain that Surge would never win a conference. See where they are now. Yeah, because they got all the unicorns in. Love Liam Ward. I was a fan of Liam. I think I have him graded as like a 3 or 2.7. Someone who can be a decent rotationally role player on any left team. I think they should drop the 2 games against interconference. Just be 1 game so you can play against 6 different teams. Yeah, it's because they had to do the weird rules. Because of the odd amount of teams. But it would be good. Munich, Berlin, Warsaw, and Vienna. That'd be a good division. Really good division. Has the other game started yet? Yes, it probably has. Let me just quickly... Because they're taking forever to finish this fucking quarter. Let me just see if the other ones have started yet. Yeah, they had a GFL team that was championship right around the corner. I'm going to tune into the Hamburg game for a little bit. Just because I think this game will be a bit closer. Unless the GFL folds or like gets worse and all the players leave from the GFL. But obviously that mostly benefits German teams. There's absolutely talent in these leagues that teams can pick from, you know. Very possible. Raiders can pick from the AFL teams as much as Vienna can. It says you need to get someone that can recruit. Which ain't easy. Because, like, Milan can't recruit for shit. Milan are really bad at just getting those Italian guys in. We've seen it all season. All these really good Italian players that just aren't playing for Milano. I appreciate it. I mean, we can do it as one and just do like stream highlights. You know, if it's easier for you. You're doing this just out of love, so you can do it any way you want. And I appreciate it every single time. I think this one should be quite convincing, but we never know. They could play upset. I mean, Hamburg. Wait, that can't be right. They can have used both timeouts, like 2 timeouts already. Surely not. I struggle to believe that they've used 2 timeouts already. I'd be a little bit sad if they had already, you know what I mean? It's just bad management. They are burning some time off. If this is the first drive. And I got players all in these games. Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair, I can't be saying that much interesting stuff for it to be that long of a video. I just ramble for hours. Some decent offensive line talent in Madrid too, like Ngami. He's a very good player in the interior offensive line. And Canito getting a runs. I thought he would be a big part last year. Was not. That was my offensive rookie to pick from last year. It wasn't the best of ones. But he's having a better year this year, that's for sure. They're kind of moving though. Be interested if Fulford can finish off the job, but they've got flags, so maybe not. They're right in the red zone. They're getting close. Right, there we go. Need to write more notes. Of course, I'm getting my notepad. What am I doing? What kind of man am I that doesn't get his notepad out? Right, we need Hamburg versus Madrid. Yes, Jarvis tore his Achilles. Yeah, Jarvis won't be coming back this year. He's done for the year for sure. Which is a shame, man, because Jarvis is a really good receiver. I hope you can hear my boiler going absolutely fucking mental in the background. Yeah, unfortunately, Jarvis is done. Then you got Torrin Justice, who is an interesting player. And I said he would have a pretty big week this week, so he can't let me down. 46 yards for Canito already. I think more than he had last year. They are really running the ball. Let me write that down. Strong run. Because they made some interesting choices. Hamburg did. They released Kasher now on defense and brought in Jai Jackson. I'm a big Jai Jackson fan, but Michael's a better run player. Yeah, I kind of went out when they started just wasting a bunch of time. But their offense was looking pretty bloody awful when I was there. Ooh, incomplete. Nearly. I'm going to actually write that down in my notes that the Mercs couldn't move the ball offensively. Right, they're going to try and kick. Can they kick? He's a punter, as the commentator just mentioned. Looks fine from this angle. Yeah, there we go. Damn, every day. Very nicely done. Looking good. They took a ton of time off. Yeah, that kick was kind of perfect, I can't lie. Beautiful kick. Good for him. So that's why I need to think. Can you hear me from here? Is this fine? Do I have to pick up my voice a little bit more from all the way over here? Or like, is this okay? Just so I don't have to be so... I give myself like spinal problems. Maybe I'll raise it up a little bit. If I move a little bit more over here, there you go, that should be fine. They're taking a start. See what Madrid got. First look at Duncan. And Obi and Willie. Some people wanted Willie Patterson on the underrated A's that I put out. I can understand that, but I feel like Willie is pretty rated. He is regarded as one of the better Americans. Kick touchbacks again would be a big thing this year. Our Madrid offense. Let's see what they got. Starting out with Molina. Is Obi injured? That's not good. Sorry, Jamal. You're going to start off with Molina. Doesn't get anything out of it, but... Is Molina going to be able to carry the whole workload? If he is, let me try and see if I can find Obi on the sidelines. Can't see him anywhere yet. Got like Pierre. I can't see him. Doug's going to pass. Immediate pressure. Offloads it into nothing. So I think Hamburg, because that offensive line performance for Madrid was poor. They got, what, 3 E's? 2 E's? They got Burgess, they got Finch. I want to say 2. Oh, they are out. Dwayne Obi's out. Alright. That's important. We might have a little bit of an upset on our hands here, boys. If Obi's out, and their offensive line isn't going to be blocking for him very well, because Zaire Ugapo, very good defensive end. Right, shot deep is wide open. Yep. What was that coverage? Man, Siestro, good catch. What was that cover? Who was that on coverage? Don't tell me that. That one couldn't have been the American. Who is that? I can't tell. I think I've watched much of him, but that wasn't very good coverage, I can't lie. Alright, well, maybe my upset comments were a little bit premature. It don't look like we got much cooking over here now. Hamburg giving up a massive play on the first drive. Not ideal for them, I'll be real. Not the best. You might see a Svenja touchdown here that was pretty used in the red zone. Molina gets nothing. Second down and medium. Nazir Strater. One of my underrated dudes. No, Jamal's a big Strater guy. Oh yeah, these two teams are playing in Croatia. I forgot about that. Free play and that did not work. Encroachment, I imagine. Yep. There we go. I'm the worst typer in the world. Mercenaries have regressed. I think that's bound to happen when they've had a couple really good games in a row. Teams have kind of figured out why. Bravos seem to favour Molina way more recent weeks over Obi. Obi's hurt. Molina, good question. I don't think he's young. He might be a little. Let me search it up. I don't think he's a young running back, but Obi's also hurt. Right, let me go on sports metrics. So, you got Bowen at fullback? Love that. Alright, Molina scored. Oh, he's short. Tough. Very close. But inches. Alright, need to go on to Molina. Alright, so he's 24. He played last year. Got 290 yards for 2 touchdowns and a fumble. This year he has 610 yards, which is actually very good. There goes Molina. Make that another one. Add that to the tally. Yeah, I mean, I talked about him in the preview. That preview bombed, by the way. That was really weird. Like, because I fucked up the fucking my laptop. I don't know why it wasn't processing it. It took 3 hours to upload to YouTube, and then I made a mistake in that, so I had to like take it down because it froze. So then I had to do another edit, and then upload it again. So it took another 4 hours to upload, and by the time it happened, obviously the views had died. It was not fun. Yeah, here we go. So, big score. And they got that big play down the line. Showed a little bit of run, showed a little bit of pass. Then run away with it then. Shit in that. Yeah, it took forever. And it's like a 25-minute video. Like, it's not that long of a video. And it took 3 hours to upload the first time, and then even longer the second time when I fixed the freezing issue. It's about halfway, it just froze for like 3 minutes. I don't know why it took so much. It was on separate days too, so it wasn't like the Wi-Fi was just bad on one day. I really don't get what it was. I generally think I probably could have went to like a local coffee shop and probably had a better Wi-Fi. But it went up, so if it is going to be there if people do want to return back and watch. My predictions, I guess, from this week. I know I mean, this one shouldn't be too hard of a projection. These week's games are all expected to be quite cut and dry. Me and Alfari agreed, I think, on we agreed on every single pick. Croatia should be cool. I don't think they'll be able to get a franchise out though. But I know the owner is obviously the big boss, the big guy is Croat. They did the whole first quarter already, man. Yes, they have. Yeah, that was announced a while back, but they did the first one in the Hall of Fame game. This is now officially part of the NFL rulebook. Well, no, it was before, but you know what I mean. Instant pressure by Fulford, who throws up the ball, and it is nowhere near. I said that their defense was also one I was going to pick up on as one of my fantasy recommendations, wasn't it? Oh shit, I said they shut him out. Oh no. Oh, that's not great, is it? Oh dear. Well, we're already like 0 for 1. On the hot take. So I was wrong that they get shut out. Let's see how wrong I was. You know, they scored 3 points, so I feel like that's too big of a deal. Oh fuck. That's poor. Oh, that's really poor. Oh, that's really poor. Defensive fucking touchdown. Defensive touchdown. I told you on the fantasy advice, go for the defense. They've just got a touchdown. That's huge. There's arm going forward. Nah, I think that's going to be a fumble. Easy as you like, Dos Santos. Easy as you like. Not going to get a touchdown much easier than that. Damn. Madrid going to run through him. Looks like it might be quite an easy one for him then. I don't think that's in the first quarter, but like, the quarterback's on the ball and it falls out. Yeah, good stuff. My fucking shoulder mobility is terrible. That's how you know I'm not quarterback, because I can't bend my arms. If you've seen like Tom Brady, you can have his arm bend where his wrist is like. If you try it, what people watching this stream, try and like bend your shoulder that way and past your like shoulder blade. It is incredibly hard. Now we're gonna learn to like these Bravos. He has to now, man. I've been a Bravos fan since they started making their signings. I thought they'd go 0-12 at the start of the year before they got all the Dragons talent. It would. I mean, what was the score last time? Let me look that up. Let me get that real quick. Because they played before and it was quite easy for them, but I think they're better now than they were then. Where are they? Because they played what, last week? Week before? Yeah, week before. I mean, yeah, it was pretty close actually, wasn't it? It was 29-13. We had that late Dawson Dale's fumble recovery. It was a pretty decent back and forth. I mean, we could see that in the playoffs. It's a very real possibility. Could be a 3-0, or it could be a 2-1, could be a best of 3 situation. I mean, first quarter, I might be right with my fantasy picks for the defense. I'm happy with that. Everyone who listens to my fantasy picks, cheers to you. This one's to you. People who don't listen to my fantasy picks, this one isn't for you. You don't get to cheers. I told you to get the Bravos defense. Why didn't you listen to me? This is on you. If you did do it, then well done. Because now you got yourself some extra points. Who else did I say? I said Torre and Torre and or Spiller. Currently is being. I said I recommended Torre. I said the Bravos defense, which has been good so far. Who else I said? I feel like I said someone else. I said Geyer, which we won't find out till tomorrow, and Carey, who is looking pretty good so far. Gotta admit it. Only had the Bravos doing a 5-7 season could be shut me the fuck up. I don't think you're alone with that. Like I said, like in the early preseason when they got announced, I thought they'd do really badly. And then when they got announced in the West, I thought they'd get destroyed by everyone. But then they started signing the actual good players. And then I changed my mind very quickly. I'll have to I'm going to do at some point, probably after the regular season, I'll do like a reacting to my preseason predictions kind of thing. Because, let me just have a look. Because I know I did predict quite a few of them. That feels like so long ago. Because I predicted the All-Star teams. That's going to be a fun one to watch. I predicted the award winners. I know like all of them are wrong. Good play and catch. And I also let the AI predict the schedule. I know the AI hated Voslav. So maybe it was cooking something. I could do it live. It'd be a long live if I could do that. I got the thumbnail already in mind. I know exactly the thumbnail I'm going to do. I have a vision for the thumbnail. It's going to be great. But I talk so much online. It's like kind of hard to find all of my takes. Oh, fumble. If he recovered it himself, he's fine. But if they didn't, then I would have had even more claim to people's fantasy success. I'm a genius. I don't even play fantasy football. I just can't get into it. But what I can get into is telling people what to do. And it was Pablo Arrea who was on my homegrown list today, and I have a video about that you can watch on the channel right now if you're new to the stream. Fulford stepping back, taking a shot over the middle, which is picked by Pablo Arrea. I know what I'm talking about, bruv. It's almost as if I'm really good at my job. That's his first pick this year, but he is one of the best safeties. I would have Pablo as an A. Thanks, Pablo, man. I'm going to send you a message later, but I appreciate it. That was a great fucking play as well. Like, go on, let it stand. Fucking baller pick that was. I want to watch that replay again. I love Pablo, man. He's such a good player. I'm so glad people have like watched that video. It's not like a crazy popular video, but that has aged like the finest of wines. I'm gonna talk some shit on my story actually. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk some mad shit on Instagram. And there's another one for my fantasy points of me. I'm really good at fantasy advice, guys. Mario Flores. Fumble and pick on back-to-back plays. Reminder, I did to warn you how good he is. Fumble and pick on back-to-back plays. Yep, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I can talk raucous amounts of trash. Excellent. Yeah, man. They really are. Like, Glenna has stepped up. Because Glenna last year was not as good as Glenna is this year. Glenna's been a lot better this year. Because last year he was kind of a tackle merchant. But this year he's been a baller. $21-0 in Vienna. Sounds about right. Let me have a look at the other score. 14-0. Riley Hennessy to Geyer. Riley Hennessy to Meyer. Makes sense. I said it. Oh, I said it'd be touchdowns too, because now that makes him. He has 9, so he's now matched his career high. I said Guy will be one for touchdowns. I am going to be talking so much shit on the LF Live. Oh my god. I forgot to write notes. Madrid. D is great. Pause. I fucking... told everyone how good Pablo is. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And why is someone send me a reel? Let's check out the other score in Vienna. What was it? Shonette, Holmes to Shonette, 7 yards touchdown. Holmes to Horn, 44 yards. So you saw that one. And Carey with a touchdown too. Total yards is exactly the same. But one of which's defense has been a lot better than the other ones. Because Pablo, fumble on one play, interception on the other. One of the best safeties in the league. But he might even be an all-star this year. Like, he's been that good. He might be an all-star. I mean, who's sitting at all-star right now for safety? Chad, maybe. Amari, probably. I think he is absolutely in that conversation. Field goal is up. Field goal is good. Personal long. There we are. Well, that's another kicker. Didn't you have the kicker, right? Jamal, pretty sure you had the kicker for Spain. They're running away with this one already. I think Alfieri's in Stuttgart though, isn't he, for the game? Someone's messaged me saying, "Oh, look, someone looks like him." Probably is him. Right, here we go. So he got some points off with a turnover. We're in the second quarter. I only have like one line of notes for this one. Because it's been all Madrid so far. Shit, I should have turned off my phone. I can't see the comment section. That was silly of me. Yeah, Ben Straight. I wouldn't say yeah, he's injured though. I don't think he's in line for All-Star. Oh, you got Muniz kicker, right. I wouldn't have Ben Straight for All-Star at the moment, personally. I know he's got picks, but picks don't make everything, you know. I think Ben Straight's the best DB in Austria. No, Croatia shouldn't get in a league. I'm gonna be real. Oh, the Croatian team would suck. It's Fulford. I still don't know why they chose that. It still bothers me. Like, the decision to move on from a quarterback that was fine. Like, a very just counterproductive move. We got Pascalian. Spend an E on a fucking running back when they already have 2 running backs and the starting running back is German. What the fuck were they thinking in that, man? That's got to be one of the weirdest signings of the season. Fulford's running with that ball so fucking low. He gets fucking nailed. Offensive line shouldn't be talking shit. They should be fucking protecting their quarterback. That's what they should be doing. Then when you get your quarterback to get hit like that, block for him better. He got fucking nailed. Why are you so mad? Block better. I'm gonna lie, like, if you're gonna get funny about your quarterback getting hit, that's your job to stop that happening. I don't think that's a targeting call. It looks like he hit him in the chest. Also, it's clear his helmet wasn't tied up. Really? Go see a replay? That's on Manning. Let me see a replay. Right, so for blocking is awful. I mean, was that bad? Was that a target? That's not a target, like... I don't know, man. Personally would have called that flag myself. I guess he was kind of on his way to slide, but Manning couldn't have backed out of that. He's straight back in, so. There's Harding Canito. They're running it again. That's the run scheme for them. Come on, Hammer, man. Drop the ball. I want to get more... I want to get more rep for my fantasy picks by saying they would do well. Come on. Fulford hasn't thrown a pick yet. No, yeah, that's what the fuck am I talking about? It's Pascali. The fuck they do? What are they expecting these running backs to do by having just another good running back or another decent running back? It's not elite. And when they just cut offensive linemen for it, just such a weird decision. And their offensive line is not great. Aiken is an okay QB, gets 0 protection, will be good at Munich or Berlin. Munich don't need him. Berlin, I don't think need him either. I'd like to see him in some... I think he would do better than Fulford. I think Aiken's better than... Why is this chair so fucking loud? I think that Aiken is better than Fulford. I think Aiken is better than quite a lot of people. I'm an Aiken fan. I think he would do well. I think when he came into the season, I had him as the 8th or 9th ranked quarterback. I was a fan of him coming in because I've known of him since he was in Poland. No, he went to the Dragons. I was excited, but I knew that he wouldn't do very well because that Dragons team wasn't great. And he had injuries. He was never really meant to be elite at that team because he wasn't really in position to. Alessandro's still on the sideline. That's been a sad one. That Alessandro just hasn't really been able to do anything because he's been injured. Back to the run. I think it'd be wise to carry on running it. Not to like take it out of Fulford's hands, but I mean, that pick wasn't good. Let me turn my microphone zip tie around. Would be great if it actually went in. There we go. Just so it's not spiking into my chest. Because they're not running crazy efficiently either. Again, because they've got limited O-line help. That one score loss to Frankfurt was also a bit of, not fluke, but just a little bit. Come on, Madrid. I'm a Madrid fan today. I don't want Hamburg to win. I'm going to be real. I don't want Hamburg to win. I want Madrid to win. Because A, it makes ELF Live funnier. And B, because I predicted them to have a really good fantasy week, I want that defense to get a ton of turnovers. That's the motive. My analyst stuff is all selfish. It's all about me. My predictions. Time out for them. That was a good point the commentators made. Paris were 2-6. Well, they're going for a timeout. Let me try and find if I can see the numbers. So let's see what we got. Alright, so... Alright, these numbers aren't right. These numbers definitely ain't right. Okay, I was going to say about the stats, taking them into consideration, reading out some of those, but they ain't definitely right. They might be right in the other one. If they are right in the other ones, then Carey already has 100 yards. That definitely wasn't picked. That definitely wasn't. Didn't that touch the floor like 4 times? Am I tripping? Let me watch that. I literally looked away because I don't want that touch the floor. Throws. Tips. Oh, it hit the helmet. Oh, that's why I thought it hit the fucking floor. Oh shit, I was so right. I was so right about Madrid's defense, man. I said they shut them out. To be fair, they haven't shut them out. But what they have done is got 2 turnovers, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. Sorry, 3 turnovers. Oh, that might be my best ever like fantasy prediction. Like low key. Genius. Oh, Patterson's fucking throwing the ball. Oh, man, Siestro. Patterson to man Siestro. Let's fucking go. Mental. This game's devolved into just how much can Madrid bully Hamburg. The pass was wobbly, but it got there. For sure. Carey, great run at the gut. Told him to pick him up fancy too, man. See what Duncan can get it going. They're in line for a big one, really, aren't they? Molina. Nice. Great cut. Great cut. Is it me or Hamburg look a lot worse? Like, than they did at the start of the year? Because when it bounced out, I thought that hit the floor, not his helmet. Andy Vera with the assist. I said they got to conjoin, like, what was that? What did it constrict the middle of the field? I said that in my pregame and my video earlier this week. I think that's been exactly what they've done in this game. It's constrict the middle, give them a little bit of space on the outsides, but just fill the middle up. It's worked well. Both of their interceptions have been over the middle of the field. I am not bought in on the Fulford experiment. So they should have kept Smith. We got a load of time now. I didn't go screen to Patterson. Not much there for him, but a little bit. Just a little bit. I feel like Hamburg, if you put Hamburg Caesar, like, start, oh no, not Jai. If you put the team from the start of the year of Hamburg against the current rendition of Hamburg, this earlier season Hamburg, I think, smoke him. Yeah, Obi's out, bro. Obi's, like, not even dressed. Obi's done for, like, this game. He ain't playing at all. I think Hamburg's who we thought they were. Yeah, true. But they still thought they were going to make the playoffs. They really did. Which is weird. Athletes, I'll never take the over at 60 unless Mercs score once again. They were terrible there. They really couldn't move the offense. The offense couldn't move at all last time I checked. I think Clayton's a good quarterback, but Aiken is obviously better. Good game. 10 yards out of that one. Or 7 yards out of that one. Doing the QB shuffle didn't hate that. Yeah, no, agreed. Teams are very quick to cut quarterbacks. Which I don't really get in, like, Hamburg's case. And I know I'm kind of bullying Fulford here. But you've got a quarterback that had boom or bust potential. Like, every play was going to be a little bit risky. But then they got rid of him and brought in a quarterback that had a terrible game. Or 2 games. Oh! Siestra's had a great game this game. I said they needed to have a receiver 2 stick out. Seems like they might have one with Matt and Siestro in this game at least. I'm going to write that down. Man, Siestro. Great game. Very well done from him. Doing a very good job. And they are breezing in this one. Not even close so far. 24-3 is nasty work. And they'll be keen to make a bit of a statement win out of this one, I think, Madrid, because some people, I ain't gonna say who, certain other ELF hosts are known for not being a massive fan of Madrid. I'm not playing fantasy anymore. How am I supposed to? Oh, you're not playing it? True. When I watch Sea Devils play against Prague, they struggle to keep Prague's D out of the backfield. That's true. They also shot in the first half game. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. They did struggle a lot against Prague. But like Fulford didn't show for me. If they did a quarterback change, I'm not like I don't agree with the quarterback change, but I can see maybe why they did it. Because I wasn't a massive fan. Like I thought Smith was decent, and he was boom or bust. But I can understand maybe they wanted to change up. But then Fulford did not show enough in the Raiders to warrant signing someone like signing him. You see Duncan gets released at Voslav, and you're like, all right, you know, he had some moments, he had some good games. He was MVP of the week in week 1. I can see why they brought him in. Fulford did not have that. Hamburg lost. Yeah, they lost everyone, even in the coaching staff. Hamburg in the international games is bad marking. Hamburg don't have a stadium, that's why. Exactly, Hamburg was bad last year, but the O-line was pretty solid. Yeah, and they had Garrett Brandt. They lost Garrett Brandt. Their defense is really good. They lost both their coordinator and Ellison. They lost Evans. They lost Bomback. They lost everyone on that D-line. And that was such a tough loss. I mean, postseason for sure for Madrid. In the first year, it was incredibly impressive. In the West, even more impressive. Very good. Because I didn't think they get much out of this season, like compared to someone like Paris. That's the run they go, which is a good move, but they can't just do all of that. Yeah, it was a sad breakup. But a necessary one, maybe. I could rebuild Hamburg. I've convinced myself. I could rebuild Hamburg. I say that about every team. You had Madrid 21.5 down. Yeah, I mean, that's a good call. You're on that so far. I think everyone thought they'd be pretty heavy favourites. I think it's a good stretch, I guess. A good bet. A good prop. I had them shutting them out, which they haven't done, but I knew their defense would be turning up big today, and that was spot on. Vikings up again. Was it Carey? If it was Carey, then I do agree with Jamal though. They should have like a injury report for stuff like this. But teams are very teams don't like telling people who's injured. I've discovered this a lot with talking with coaches. And people were like, when I was talking at ELF Live about a certain team, I won't say which team, but I was talking about a team. And I said about their injuries, about their receivers not being used as I thought they would have been used. And someone from the team messaged me and was like, well, you know, you got to do your research, we're injured. It's like, I don't have to do my fucking research. Your team's got to tell me who's injured. Like, first of all, I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I'm on ELF Live. If you want me to know something, you can reach out to me and say, look, just want to explain why this receiver isn't doing as well this year for yards. He's actually got a bit of an injury. Great, I can talk about that. If you want me to talk about it, if you don't want me to talk about it, I don't have to talk about it. But like to say, oh, you got to look better, but you know, you got to find out that he's injured. No, I fucking don't. It's your team's job to do that. I can criticize as much as I want if you don't tell me who's injured. Most people watch the international game on TV anyway. If not all damage, image damage is not that big. Maybe 500 people in the stadium. He owns the stadium now. Big man owns the stadium. I think they'll have more than 500. I think they'll get over 1,000. Croatia's not got a big American football scene, but if they make the market in Croatia pretty big, I imagine they could get some decent stuff out of it. Maybe 1,000. Maybe more. 4 foot deep again. Cool. Door and Justice. Lifeline. Lifeline? Potentially. Torrin just a good receiver. I said about this. Stretches the field. Kind of like Hazelton. Nice ball. Good shit, man. They needed that. Commentator's right. They needed some energy. They needed to score. That is a big, big one for them. Oh, blocked. Blocked shit. Get that out of here. I mean, not many teams have a long snapper now. What a good drive. They can take a lot out of that, for sure. Good throw. Good separation. And Torrin Justice is a bit of a baller, to be fair. Right. Will we see a score from Madrid before the end of the half? I'm going to say yes, we do. Siestro kind of looks like he might be having a game. Duncan's got the arm to make long throws. You got Willie and create separation. Touchback. A lot of touchbacks in this rule. So I'm talking tattoos or someone now. It makes me just really want another one. I don't have that many, but what I need to do, I need to get some of that done. I need to get that one covered up. I need to get something on this shoulder. I need to get my ribs done again. There's so many tattoos I want. If I ever get paid the big bucks in the ELF and then turn up to a ELF live with cling film all over my arms and 7 new tattoos, that's where the money went. Man, yeah, sure, we're making big plays. They've already got quite a lot of field taken up. 2-minute warning. Check on the other scores while we look at the 2-minute warning. Yep, Carey rushed for a 46-yarder. Knew he would. Surge up 35-0. No stress. Riley to Geyer, Riley to Meyer. Riley for a 37-yard run. Geyer again for a touchdown. And then Meyer for a 76-yarder. So that puts Geyer at 10 now on the season. My God, I can't fucking spell. There we go. Yeah, I'll tune into that one in the halftime. Yeah, he's having a big one. You're right. He's a good player. I have an eval on him. I have an eval on Madden Siestro. Let me see if I can get that up. Let's see what we got. See if I can find it. I do, there it is. 2-minute winner. Currently seeing if I can get Madden Siestro's eval up. Alright, let me type this out to myself. Alright. He fits the scheme a lot, I think. That's Mario. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the community Discord. In the general. I'm going to put like quotation marks and then people can guess. Right. So if you're in the chat, if you're in the Discord, you'll be able to see the eval. And then I will also get it in chat. Cakewalk for Surge. Currently being a cakewalk for Madrid also. Being an easy one for them. Couple big defensive turnovers. And I'll copy and paste it into the YouTube chat too. So you feel like me put a comment this big? No, it will not. You know what? Fuck it. If you want to look at the eval for Madden Siestro, join the community Discord. The community Discord is linked in the description of this video, in fact. So you can go and look at it there. If you do wish to do so. But it is up there. It's in the general chat as well. Haven't seen much of the Vikings game. Watched the first quarter. Vikings kind of just dominant. Duncan, rolling, looking, running. Out of bounds. Smart. I said they'd score. Let's see what they got. I do apologise me looking down at my phone. I do have to message people. I've got ELF responsibilities. Melina nothing. Clock's still running. Got 2 timeouts. We got more than enough time. I don't even need to. Yeah, I don't even need to run him back. Miracle pass to Willie on this drag. Yep, called it. Yep. I knew as soon as he came back round, that was purely a momentum release. Called it. Easy one. I'm surprised the defense didn't see that too. I said drag, I meant out. Great play. Great stretch. Nicely done, Woody P. Light work. I mean, yeah, there was a massive gap, but it's also on the team's fault. And this week is kind of a blowout week. Like, this week is going to be quite predictable. Me and Nick agreed on every single pick, I think, this one. But you never know, man. You never know. Could be an upset. I do remember that play, commentator. I do remember that play. So much to do in the middle of a stream. I mean, they are running easy. 35 seconds there. Probably not going to see much out of this one. I'll see it until halftime. And then I'll check back in with the Vikings and Helvetic. I'm sure Jamal's already not too pleased. Very professional one. Agreed. Forgot about Willie. Yes, they did. He goes under the radar quite a lot. So for weekends like this, yeah, but it happens. It's still a new league. People got to give it time. Great drive. Perfect drive, I dare say. Raiders don't play, so you can enjoy it. Yeah, well. It's actually only 6 games on this week, so it is quite a quiet week. Oh, that was an ugly pass, man. What are you... God, man, that's 3 today. You might be the same as fucking Hamburg fans. Jesus. That's mad. I don't blame you, Jamal. I've had nearly a litre of this iced coffee. Keep myself awake. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Likes do help, of course. The watch time helps. I appreciate all of you being here. We are nearly at 3,000 hours now, believe it or not. And these do help a ton. I do treat my evals as love letters to the community. That's a big one, because if I look on, like, if I wanted to, I could stream every day and make power rankings. Because that's what gets me watch time. Dog is going to fucking sling it. Oh, no, he's picked. Oh, my gosh. Manic. So, yeah, like the power rankings get... So, let's look at the recent one. Recent one got me 35 hours of watch time. Just a touch over 35 hours. And then the eval, Noah Torres one, got me 7 hours. So, watch time wise, they do a ton. Shorts get me a couple hours, only about 2 hours. But they're easy to make. Well, they're not easy to make. They take me about 2 hours to make, but they're easy to put out and they get a ton of views. I say ton, about 400 views. This stream's already got 14 hours more. So, like I said, I can stream every day and do power rankings, but because I love the community, I want to do the evals, and because I like doing them, they're fun. And naturally, Spiller is the next one. Actually, let me message Spiller. I haven't messaged him. I should probably do that. Spiller. Obviously, he's in a game at the moment, so he won't see my message. If I get my, because I need to make the poster for it as well, obviously.
Madrid bruises in that first half. 31-9 after a defensive score and a couple through the air.
There we go.
Back at Molina as well. Hamburg gets one to go. Find themselves down 3 scores. We're going to take a break.
Cool. Right, halftime is here. Milan Spiller has been messaged about his eval. Let's check back in Helvetic. I'll watch all of Milan in one sitting.
Empty backfield now for Clayton.
In the fourth quarter already? That's crazy. Back in this game. Let's see what we got. Cole Coleman's a freak, man. I'm surprised about him. He was a fucking baller in college. At Elon, he had some crazy combine numbers. I should need to put on my notes. Let me check that for you. So the score is currently 42-0 and they're still in the first half. Yeah, there you go.
3rd down and 2 here. Play fake, reverse. Plenty of room to
We're going to reverse forward well for them now.
cross the 40 out near the 45-yard line.
Let me watch Spiller too. I'm going to have to start studying Spiller. I'm going to watch about...
Outstanding play call there.
See, here's the thing with Spiller. I like Spiller, but he is not a great athlete from what I've seen so far. I think if you put Spiller in combine testing, I don't think that he would do outstanding. I think he's just a guy that gets open and has good hands. That's from what I've seen so far. I need to obviously deep dive. He needs to add a lot of bulk to his frame. That will be something I talk about.
From their own 44.
Let's have a look at him on this route.
Out of a wing left. DeAndre Clayton, play fake.
I'm interested to see his splits too. Liam Ward, nice catch.
Pass is caught at the 45-yard line.
That's something I'm really interested to see with Spiller is his routes. The fuck does that even mean? Flag? Flagger? I don't know what that means, man. Net?
Linus Gantar coming up and having a second.
Telescope? I don't know what that even is.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8 now for Helvetic.
Let me watch him again. Is he spinning the slot?
Play fake. Goes to the air.
Oh, Coleman's had a good game so far. Let me write that in. Oh, Spiller. What the how the fuck's that spill? Oh, it's a cup. Oh, I didn't notice that. It looks like it's on like a stand. I did not get that. It looks like it's like a thing, and then I thought it was on like a stand. I get it. I get you. I get you. He's playing slot every single snap we've watched so far. Oh, I just said Coleman's had a good game. Gets fucking blasted. Cole Coleman. He took a big hit there, though. Really good game. Because I remember he was good in the first half too.
Cooley on the stop there for the Mercenaries. And congratulations abound on the sideline there for Cole. First down at 10 for Vienna now with a short porch here.
Very short field. This is where Holmes thrives. Yep. Yep. That was a great catch. That was a great catch. It's where Holmes thrives. He's a dry finisher. Holmes is a drive finisher. That's what he is, through and through. He does that really, really well, and it is an incredibly good thing to have in a quarterback. I don't want that to be like a negative. No, and then this was definitely a you thought the shit was close this time. It ain't gonna be close this time, kind of game.
49-0 our score. Another look from the end zone camera right there.
I mean, all these have been blowouts so far. This today.
Rudolph Fry. Found him in the back of the end zone.
Good catch though, real good catch.
Fry doing a great job securing the catch there for the Vikings. Vikings on their way to improving to 11-0 here. Unless the bottom falls out, they'll remain undefeated.
I really want to see Vienna play someone real.
11:04 remaining.
It's so intriguing.
Toxic swings the leg through. Fielded at the 5.
The Spiller returned the kick.
Here comes Spiller. He crosses the
No Robinson on kickoff. Interesting. Also, I'm just checking back in. I watched the first, I watched the fourth. So my notes have got like and there you can really see the focus. And you can even see that now. But like, oh, there you go. You can kind of see it there. Couple word sentences here, and then just the first quarter there and a big gap.
Clayton on first down at 10.
Clayton.
Clayton to the air. It's caught. Spiller on the reception at the 25-yard line. And he will get forward progress.
Dragged down.
At the 25.
They've just really struggled to move the ball in this game.
Leonard Gerner for the Vienna Vikings. Clayton 13 of 31 on the day. One interception. You saw that just a minute ago there.
It's not great.
Cole Coleman. He's got 101 yards passing and still looking for his first touchdown.
Some not great numbers, says it. Clayton though, good play.
Quarterback draw out here at the 40-yard line.
Good draw, good draw.
Minus D'Antoni on the stop. But now before DeAndre Clayton rips off a nice run.
But their offensive line looks to have regressed again, man. I gave them credit last week too. I mean, that was pretty good. They did well on that one, but the pocket's kind of closing up. I think it's clear though that Aiken is a better pocket passer than Clayton is.
First down for the Mercenaries from their own 39. 3 wide, 1 on the outside for Clayton. Low snap.
That was bad there. Offensive line ain't great there.
He'll go down for a sack. Nisanku McKinney on for the Vienna Vikings.
Vienna Vikings, man. I just can't give them the respect of the Surge or Ryan until they beat something real. And that's going to be a big thing, I think, until they make the playoffs. When they beat Paris, or if they beat Paris, or Madrid, or whoever the fuck they play, then I'll be able to like be a bit more like, all right, fair enough. But until then, I'm so not convinced. Ah, bad drop. Bad drop.
He threw a nice ball in there to Leroy Romelli, and Romelli just not able to haul it in. Bounced right off the shoulder pads there, it seems. Let's take another look.
The Mercs don't really have like in their homegrown receivers. They don't really have like a physically demanding receiver. Yeah, bad drop. For sure. Romelli is young as well. He's not the most experienced. I don't see much of Robinson. Ah, another bad drop. Well, I mean, he got blasted. Gurner's had a good couple of plays against Spiller there. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's the only team they played that's legit. They've got the Enthroners, they've got the Mercs, they've got Prague. I mean, like you look at someone like Ryan, they've beaten a lot of good teams. You look at someone like Paris, they've been a lot of good teams. They would Surge, they're kind of similar, but that's why Ryan are going to be top of the group for a while. I do agree, that was weird. That was weird, I agree. Alright, they got the backups in. Let's have a look at the Sea Devils game, see what we're doing with that. Surge versus... Yeah, honestly. But it's like watching that 3-point competition, but you've got me guarding both of them at the same time. It's just not fair. Right, they're still warming up. I can flick back over. I know they got backups then, but I'll flick back over. Oh no, I missed a big run.
Bauer himself with 38 yards on the ground coming into that play right there. He's got to be over the 50-yard mark now.
Yeah, I mean Vienna walked all over him in this game, even for what I've seen. Why are they calling that? Oh, injury, I guess. Interesting.
Next week, the Vienna Vikings will return home for a home game as they host the Fair Farm in Toronto.
Yeah, then they got the fucking Enthroners, like.
And I mentioned a little bit earlier, the Mercenaries will close out the last couple games of the season at home right here inside the Kleinfeld Sports Center as they'll host the Munich Ravens.
And the Surge.
Finish the season during the last week against the Stuttgart Surge.
Helvetic have got one of the toughest schedules in the league.
In the European League of Football. My mistake. The Vikings have a bye week next week, and then they'll return home.
Hit me.
Face the Fairmont and Throwers. Right now, Coach Kalakai and this Vikings team trying to secure that #1 playoff seed. As the playoffs just a couple weeks around the corner.
I mean, to play both undefeated teams in 2 weeks is nasty work. Thank you. I don't know what you're thanking me for, but thank you. And yeah, of course you can hit me. Any question you want.
Second down and 13 now for the Vikings. 2 by 1 on the outside here for Leo Kober. Gets the snap, looks downfield.
Easy. Yep. Schumacher.
Goes to the air, he's got a target at the 45-yard line. It's hauled in there.
Helvetic shows of Munich in their own division. No need them to play the Vikings. Yeah, like, it was cruel. It was definitely cruel.
Schottenheimer pulls it in.
Planning the youth league for the Vikings right now. We're planning to at least stream 1 game per team, plus the playoffs live. Sounds good. Do you think it would be worth streaming all the games, or is it fine to have 1 per unit? I would say the more available tape there is, the better. Not only for the athletes, but for the team. Because I cannot stress how many times I've tried to find full game tape on younger players and tried to watch it. It is not very readily available. So I would say, personally, streaming all the games would be better. And just making them so publicly available. Because I don't like it when people use their own website. Like, sometimes it can work, but like a tiny little website where you got like pay for a subscription, or it comes up with a ton of pop-ups and stuff like that ain't great. But I would say streaming all the games on like YouTube would be awesome. And it's good for the players because it gets them more viewage, it gets the families involved and they can watch it and stuff like that. It's win, 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 win. Plus, I want to watch some Vienna Vikings youth ball because I know they have some amazing players in that youth team. Oh, tip for the teams separate from the live streams. I would say do live streams. Shit, I'll watch the live streams on here.
Back deep on that one, Daniel showed it.
For sure. I think it's great to have live streams. I love it. I'll watch any fucking football I can get.
Out of bounds.
So, I think it'd be worth it.
So the Helvetic mercenaries will go back to work now from their own 20-yard line, trailing 49-0 here. With 6.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
No worries, man. Yeah, if you need me to like watch certain games, I will watch certain games. I cannot stress how much film I watch in a daily. So I'm happy to watch games on stream. Like I said like weeks ago, I would be doing this anyway. So I may as well live stream it and talk to people while I watch the games. So if the Vienna Vikings have youth games going on and they're publicly available, I will probably also be watching them too. More football the better, man. Got a match for another ELF quarterback, baby. Need to respond to that.
They'll end up 2 by 1 on the outside now for Click. He flips the hips, goes to the right side. It's caught once again by Milan Spiller. Correction, that was 88. Thomas Gefeller on reception. My mistake.
Yeah, just talking to people about Pablo, fans of his game. Myers didn't start quarterback. Nasty work. Oh, Hennessy dropped injured. Looks like. I think it was a good idea too. I appreciate it. Riley dropped injured. Looks like a nerve pinch. Hopefully they can take him out. You know, no need to have him in. But I'm surprised they've not got Heinrich in at backup. I personally wouldn't put Meyer in. I'd rather put just a wildcat running back and run the clock out for the rest. They're up by like 50. That's what I would do personally. shit. Let me,
Said I here on first down at 10.
I mean, this game's over. Let's be real. Have they got live yet? I imagine they probably are. Yeah, it's not too bad. I missed too much. It would be good to do some kind of realignment with some of the like. I can imagine them doing maybe a slight realignment, trying to get Vienna out of the bad conference. I personally probably would try and move Vienna to a better conference, even if it's just within the Central. Put Vienna in the Central. I know geographically, it's not the best. But at least they'd play the Raiders and Munich. Like, it'll be a bit more into... I know they played the Raiders, but you know what I mean? In conference play. Even if, again, geographically that makes sense. But if you look at the NFL conferences, they don't make any fucking sense at all. Why are the Patriots, the Bills, and the Jets also got the Dolphins when they could have the Giants or the Colts or, you know... anyone. So I don't think conferences being exactly geographically incorrect does. I don't think that's much of an issue. Forward, plenty of time. Rolls out right again because he can't find anyone anywhere. Fourth down. They just haven't created any separation. They really have liked the receiver this year. They're going to have Landstrom, which I didn't mind that signing, but Landstrom is a deep threat, and Landstrom has got very limited in his other abilities. Landstrom's a very good player going to get in the ball, but his route running and his release, his route diversity aren't within the elite category. And they haven't got a secondary receiver. They've always had Jarvis or Torin and a run game. And quarterback issues. The FCL you mentioned are all... yeah. But like if divisions made sense, you'd have all of the Miami teams, Jacksonville, Miami, those kind of area teams in one. You wouldn't have them on the side. And then some of like the Pacific Northwest and Texas, they'd all be in the same conferences. So I think that they can get away with just having some conferences that aren't necessarily East and Central and stuff. They could probably just mix it up a little bit just to make it maybe a little bit more competitive. I can see that working well. I don't think that would be too bad. Get to see Vienna versus Raiders in conference. Get to see Vienna versus Munich. That could be interesting. They don't want to just leave everyone in the East, but someone would have to make the playoffs, and that would be the thing that I think would be annoying. Would be like, you move Vienna to a different conference, and then maybe Berlin make the playoffs and then get slumped in the first round. Fucking hell. I've met him actually. The receiver that's currently losing his shit. I met him once in England, just for a minute. Exactly, like Cowboys, Washington, Philly, no geographical sense, yet it works and it's made rivalries. I think we can I think we can still do that with the ELF. Like, it makes sense. Yeah, fucking hell, I'm a fan. Cut off some of my leg hairs. What have I missed on Twitter? Oh, I think Aaron, Justin. Yeah, he's talking about surge quarterback stuff. Let me check in with that score real quick. Duncan, Madden, Siestro again. Continuing to have a very good game. Yeah, they're up 45. I mean, they can literally take their foot off the gas for the rest of the game. Would be completely fine. Which I think they shall do. But after, like last week, my notes were full. This week I ain't really got many notes. It's been a relatively quiet one so far.
Spit out to Patterson on the run.
I think Woody's had a good game too. Hard to really make too many notes on this when it's just kind of, yeah, they've kind of just been easy. They haven't struggled much at all. Duncan for a couple yards. Slide tackles the D-line. Got his hands up. You're all good. Duncan talks a lot of trash too. I've noticed that. Guess it depends on how much you like that kind of stuff. Woody's open. Yep, there he goes. I mean, Soneda's going to be getting, you've had him for weeks. He might be going up the power rankings in terms of tight ends. He's done very well this year. He was not a player that I had extremely high. I had him as like a decent player, but because he's not very fast, but he's big and strong. I thought that would limit his ability to get open, but they've kind of schemed him open. Is Mario breaking ankles? Oh, Mario! It's my fucking boy! That's my guy right there. Taking ankles. Look at that. Just catch, turns right, cuts back left. Little spin move out straight around Naylor. Got their shit shifted. Let's go, Mario. First and 10. Go to Molina again. Get kind of stuffed at the line, but still managed to get 2 or 3 out of it. Oh, he's still going. Still got about 4 out of that for when he was stuffed behind the line. Very impressive. Good job, Molina. Very good job. They are marching down. They are making this look easy. Passing, running. Hamburg have not been able to stop them at all. See, Cadesco Sands is playing at guard in this game. Obviously, we were talking about guard earlier. Cadesco Sands is also just a good tackle. Molina again. Cuts inside. Maybe a couple yards out of that. Nothing crazy. I think we're going to see a Duncan sneak here. It's one of the biggest callbacks in the league. I think we get a Duncan sneak. So you want eligible. Here we go, 3rd and goal. We're taking quite a bit of this 3rd quarter off the clock. Actually, wait, it's way too far for a sneak. What the fuck am I talking about? I thought they'd spot that a little bit more generous. Sebastian Bowen's in, and Molina is in. Molina's had a great season, you know. I maybe should have had him on my breakouts. Damn, Molina. I know I talked about him in the pre-game. Madrid have been pretty good at managing the games so far. Like, we talked earlier about yeah, 2 minute drive. Not as far as I'm aware of. Maybe that should be, but not as far as I'm aware of. Kind of the team's discretion, I think, when they want to stop playing. Kick is up. Kick looks good. Yep. There's not technically a mercy rule on ELF. Let me write down about the Madrid offense. If my pen don't want to die, of course. There we go. Madrid offense. Managing clock. Very well. Throughout the game. Good mix of run and pass. And players are getting open. It's basically just a preview of exactly what I'm going to say on ELF Live on Monday. Anything makes the clock run faster, please. We're fun at halftime here. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? But Milan are just kind of awful. How they look, I haven't watched any of that game yet. I'm going to watch that all in one sitting, probably on Monday morning or Sunday night. Probably Sunday night. There we go. Alright, can do a good run. Yes. I am gonna stream. Alright, give a yeah, pool of options. Good choice, good choice. Let's go for so I've got my about to spell his name. Oh man, who also fits into that description? We reread it. Be an important piece of a running offense, strengths and angles. He's supposed to block in his route tree. His limited short and need to be the combinations. He does not have the release or straight speed to be a perimeter deep threat. Routes need to be sharper and create separation faster DBs. They're curved at the breaking point and lack standard blocks. Stands means it could be a bigger option in slot. Also depends on the run game. Is taking contact over the middle of the field. In the middle, you can turn service breaks. Yeah, I mean, good question. Let's have a look. So the game starts at 12. So probably about 11:50, 11:45. Usually start a few minutes before, just so I can get my stuff up, telling people that I'm actually live. And then I'll be going until 6, 7. Depends how fast the games end. Because what? 3 hours, so maybe 6:30. That'll be the general gist of it. I think we'll see, hopefully Surge run out of all against Milan. And hopefully this one ends pretty soon too. No one enjoys seeing a beatdown too much. And this has been a beatdown. Arthur Canida gets good amount of gain out of that, maybe 7 yards. I have no idea how to do that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, brother, I am not very good at this kind of stuff. I'm not a professional. That would be great. I mean, you have all of the privileges. You can literally do whatever you want in that chat. You're like in charge of it. Yeah, they are struggling to create with this run. He's so good, Pablo. I know I've talked about him a ton of times, but naturally I'm always going to support the guys I've done evals on. Fourth down, they're going for it. Alright, aggressive. Are they going to actually snap the ball? They are. Underneath route, yep, easy. You got it. I don't know why Glenn was celebrating like that. He definitely got the first down. Yeah, like the commentary said, it went past the O-line on the screen, but it might not have went through the, has been on YouTube? Shit, man. Yeah, I mean, it looked like a first down. Oh, of course, I'm fucking challenging it. What's the point? You're up by like fucking 30, man. Let me see if I can do that right now. Let me... I can't be asked to look at that. See if they got it. Let's tune in for this one. I mean, they scored.
Final score, the Vienna Vikings 49 and the Helvetic Mercenaries 3.
They scored. They didn't score much, but they scored. Yeah, the chains are way different to how it was looking on our screen. In terms of where he was in the chains, I don't think he got it. True. Yeah, I'm just petty. Because, like, I've been proven right now. I don't need to see it anymore. And we've seen challenges go really wrong so far in this league. For teams quite often. Yeah, it didn't look like he got it. Looks like it's short. Because it looked like on the, well, it was on the screen, it had different first down markers. But the sticks look a lot different. It's close, granted, because it looks like he's, you know, it's very close. I'm surprised they ain't got the sticks out for this one. I think he... Ah, man, that is razor sharp. I don't think he got it, though. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, brother, of course I'm still watching. I'm here every day. I have up... No, it's crazy. I've uploaded, I think, like 10 videos in the last 6 days. Unsuccessful. Ball. It is the ball usually. Yeah, I've uploaded. So last Saturday I streamed. Sunday I streamed. Monday I did the power rankings. Tuesday I did the shorts. Wednesday I did the power rankings and short. And I did the Torre video. And I did short again and then Torre video. And then streaming and then streaming and I got power rankings. And then a how-to. So I've got about 11 or 12 in a row. And I know I did multiple streams. Yeah, man, like we've seen a lot of teams challenging this year, and it's never really went right for them. A lot of teams have failed challenges. That one, I can see kind of either way, because it did look really, really close. I think challenges are good. It's just, I appreciate it. Thank you. Working hard. I got the plan this week is power rankings, how-tos, usually. Wednesday, I'm going to probably make a couple of shorts. And a ranking as well. Obviously, I have like the... Let me see if you can see that. Those ones, they're so clean. That graphic is so clean. I love it. Like that one as well. Ooh, clean as fuck. So I'll do probably another one of those on Wednesday, and then I'll do a short attached to that about one of the players I talk about. Not off the top of my head. I feel like there have been a couple, but not off the top of my head. And then Thursday, I'm going to try and have the split of one. I need to make it a little bit shorter time between my evals. Because once every 2 weeks is too long. Oh! Fuck, it's Pablo again! Oh my god, way! I'm messaging him right now. I'm gonna message him right fucking now. Message him at mid-game. I'm actually also going to message my connection in the CFL. Duncan's fucking slinging it. Oh! That was grim. Oh, so much to fucking do. Right, let me message. Where am I looking? There we go. Right. I've messaged Canadian Connections to like start looking at Araya. I appreciate it, Ricardo. Thank you very much as always. I would love to see Nick embrace the Bravos. Whether he has to have like a hat on. I need that hat so bad. I want to get a Bravos hat. It's like a red one with the logo on it. That would be awesome. We shouldn't have let Duncan go from Vostav. I agree. Strongly. I said at the time I thought it was a mistake. And it has been. Oh, shit. What a kicker nearly got the tackle there. He fucking... Yeah, I said he has the arm. Like, he probably has the biggest arm in league. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I completely fucking forgot. Let me put this in the chat. Right, this is what we're going to do, right? We're gonna build the perfect quarterback. So I need to. I'm gonna make a graphic on this. It's gonna be on First Down Mag, and you guys can get involved. All right. So first one, we're gonna go for arm strength. And of course, you guys can talk and we'll discuss it. I'm thinking Duncan after seeing that fucking throw. Other contenders. I don't really think there's many of them. But if we're building a perfect quarterback, I feel like it's kind of arm strength. Kind of him, right? Jadrian could be a rival. I think it's either Duncan or Jadrian. I like it at home versus Galaxy. Anyone else? I agree. But injuries for Cologne at Jared Allen is a big one. Good run. Oh shit, turned off my fan with my foot. They just have injury issues at the running back, man. That's the big thing. Yeah. Taking a break for the fourth quarter. Thank you as always, Ricardo. Send you a message there. I think we could have that. That's a pretty realistic. It's just we played really poorly against Madrid. Like, really poorly against Madrid. But when do they play? This tomorrow at 12. So that's the first game. So I will be watching it. Of course. They haven't got a running back that's as good as Jared Allen now. That's the big one. I mean, look at those passing yards. Yikes. 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 Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Never really been too close. Molina 2 touchdowns. I said in my preview I thought he was going to do well. Navigating some things, you know how it is. Davis Scout is never done. I reckon my watch hours, or like my phone screen hours, are out of this fucking world. Yeah, Rip's got Coach of the Year. Probably is Rip. Who else could it maybe be? I don't think there's many else really. It's got to be Rip, surely. Four picks for Fulford. Yikes. 2 to Araya, 1 to Manning, and 1 that bounced off the head of Vera. I can't remember who caught the ball. Yeah, Rip's probably the Coach of the Year. I didn't have him on my Coach of the Year predictions. I went for Who did I go for? I think I went for Tom Sula. Which, in hindsight, was a really bad take. Because, like, they weren't going to give it to a... well, I mean, they could have given it to Tom Sula. I guess not really a bad take. Because obviously Tom Sula's going to do really well. He's got the best team. But I probably should have went for, like, someone who's going to make a decent team a good team. That's probably what I should have went for. In hindsight, of course. It's 2020. This one is headed into the fourth. 13.41 seconds left. Massive win for the Bravos. Easy, dominant win. I said they could play spoils at the start of this, and that was definitely wrong. Fulford's not had a good game at all. Just throwing it deep again. Nearly picked again. There's flags, but I don't even know what to write, man. Like, all of my notes are just Fulford has played really bad. Receivers haven't got open. Roughing the passer, that's a 315. It's a hard one to notarize, boys. I need to get into like the Vienna group chats. Like the Vienna fan, you know what? Let me just see if there's any Vienna Vikings. Let me see if there's any like fan pages. I want to get my stuff out. Can't see much. Yeah, because they got like their main page. But I can't see any like... Oh, is there group pages? It might be. No. There we go. Vienna. No, that's just Vienna in general. Not the Vikings. I was gonna say, because Marcus... We haven't actually seen Marcus today. He sent my Chad video into like all the Stuttgart Surge like fan pages. I want to see if I could do the same thing for the Torre one. Oh my god! Fumble. I mean, if you got the Bravos defense like I told you to, you'd be doing good. You'd be doing very well. Fulford's been bad. Yikes, man. Great play by the defense. The offensive line hasn't done great. Receivers haven't created separation. Fulford has just been poor, to be honest. They're going to put up 50? They need the points if they want to beat some teams into the playoffs, like Nalf said. If they want to make playoffs comfortably, they need to get a point difference. And I think this one will be a big one. Duncan chats a lot of shit. Yeah. He's still talking. I want one of those ear left hats so bad. Lots of discussion on this one. Go on. Another Taunton one for Duncan. He gets a couple of those. He needs to relax on that. That's going to cost the team. I mean, it really is costing the team. It's a little bit much, though. Like, that's not that bad. Like, that's not flag worthy. He literally went like that. Like, that's not a fumble. That's not a... I wouldn't say that's worthy of a flag myself. Yeah, like, that wasn't even that deep. Full start. More flags. That was not a callable penalty, I don't think. That was pretty soft. Couple flags in a row. I don't know why the D-line is celebrating, bro. You're down by like 40. First and 15. Good run. That's not Molina though. Edu Perez? I believe Edu Perez. He's a receiver as well though, right? He hasn't just played running back. Pretty sure he's played receiver as well. I know that some people that I know within the Madrid team are hot on him for the future. This one, hopefully, less flags. Let's just wind this one out. This one's been a dominant win. They've had good clock management and they've been able to get pretty easy first downs. Yes, I agree, commentator. Let's milk the clock down. 3rd and 3. 11 minutes left. They could take a lot of this clock off. There's Molina on the outside, loads of space. Molina's having a great game. Let me write that down. I talked about that on the pre-show. He was a good, viable second running back option. I mean, they're killing about 30 per run. I think they'll continue to do that for this drive. Oh, Hamburg aren't making the fucking playoffs. The commentator's tripping if he thinks Hamburg have a tiny even slither of making. I know he's just trying to talk for, trying to build them up a little bit. But they ain't making the fucking playoffs. No way in hell. Especially when they're getting beaten like this. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated, but they probably are. There's Molina again in a receiving game. That was a good move. Real good move by Molina to extend and get it first. Good protection too. Just swing that really easy. Not an issue at all. What the fuck are they doing? Timeout? Oh, come on, Hamburg, man. Why are you delaying the inevitable? Just be cool, man. Be cool. 9 minutes left. A dominant win. We thought it would be comfortable. Absolutely right. Dominant game. And they're probably going to put up 50 too. I'm struggling to see how Hamburg can really do much out of this. What, they've had 6 turnovers? Fumble for a touchdown, fumble for that, 4 picks. Yeah, so I think they've had 6 turnovers. Molina's got 2 touchdowns already? Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Of course he does. Go on, give it to him. Yeah, there we go. Sure one. They all count. But relax. Just drowning the clock out. Smart move. David, I might even... maybe I wouldn't take out Molina, but I would have taken Duncan out by now. 8.5 minutes. In the red zone. Probably just going to give it to Molina. Inside the 10, rather. Not even in the red zone. They're going to give it to Duncan. Who's going to give it to Manciestro. That's 3. 200 plus. Holy shit. I mean, he might be MVP of the week, boys. We might be watching the MVP of the week. Strongly likely. Don't have very many 200-yard games. But Manciestro not only has 200 yards, but also 3 touchdowns. Might be one of the better all-time performances. Top 10. Easy. Yeah, he's done so well. He's done so well. I want to look at his career high. So you know what? First of all, I'll look at all the 200-yard games. If I can look, sometimes the the single game like records aren't working, so I can't actually look, which is a shame. But 200 yards, I mean, that's pretty fucking crazy. Oh, it's just not having it. I'll look at his individual numbers. That's what I'll do. He's also an E. He's German. He's German-Spanish, but it's technically German for this team. There you are, man. There he is. Oh, God, tap, fuck's sake. I'm having a mare. What I want to do is though, man, Siestro's stats. This is his old team. That's why. I think that's why. So this season, he only had 273 yards. So he's near. Holy shit. So in 2021, he had 303. In 2022, he had 241. And in 2023, he had 494. So he has definitely had a career game. That's no doubt. Very impressive. And it's automatically, now with this game, his second best season in the year left. And with a couple games left, he might make it his best. The commentator said Ben VP. The commentator said Ben VP. That's fucking awesome. I cannot believe the commentator actually said Ben VP. That's so hype. Seven turnovers. I'll message the insiders chat. In Bravos versus Sea Devils. Oh, we got an injury as well. There we are. I'm sure I'll be happy with that. That's awesome. 6.5 left in this game. Been a blowout. So in the last few days, we've actually overall, last month, our watch time has been really, really good. We're actually, with this stream, over 2,500. Which is pretty mental, considering it felt like only the other day we were saying about how we're halfway to 4,000. We are near 3,000, and when we have 3,000 we can do memberships, super chats, and shopping. And then for 4,000 is when we can technically put ads on the videos. And then when you're an ad revenue, baby, it'll be pennies. Pennies a month. But pennies a month are better than nothing, you know? I think we'll see a lot of running for this drive, and hopefully everyone can get out of this game unscathed, uninjured. That's the main thing. I wonder if we'll see quite a few people leave Hamburg. I think that'll be interesting to see. Edu Perez. Couple yards in the run. Let's have a look at the ELF. So yeah, Vienna 1. Easy. Yeah, back up at quarterbacks in. Smart move. Good choice. Last 6 minutes. Finish off strong. He looked young then. That's not his read option, to be fair. They're down, but I think they'll probably still get it. I always forget JJ played for the Unicorns. I don't know why. But I always forget that JJ played for the Unicorns. But he's a definition of a vet. He's played everywhere. 5 minutes under. 3rd and 9. We're going to see a pass here. Yeah, all the receivers are out too. Literally a backup team now. They're going to still run it with Edu Perez, who gets nothing on the gain, maybe back a yard. 4th down. Hunt takes a unfortunate bounce. Alright, come on, Hamburg. Let's get out of here, boys. Come on, fellas. We don't need to extend the pain anymore. We want everyone fit, healthy for next week. I mean, I said before on the LF Live, we haven't seen these teams play each other, so it could be an interesting dynamic. It was not. It was an easy win. Man Siestro, the former Sea Devil, was one that blew him up. I mean, the defense for Madrid really stepped up. Mari. He went out of bounds. Commentator saying about uniform matchups. It would be good if they had black pants, I agree. I also agree with that. Vienna versus Bravos would be a great game for the matchup of... I mean, it's possible, actually. In fact, it's quite... Yeah, no, I don't know. They'd have to beat Paris. More unsportsmanlike. We've seen it at the end of a couple of Madrid games. Teams get a little bit sketchy at the end. Even on, you know, both teams. Come on, fellas. No need to get scrappy. First down. 3rd and 41. 3rd and 41? Fucking hell, you had a long one. 3 minutes 41. They got fullback on hands and knees? Odd. It's gonna just be run. Yeah, smart. Keep that clock ticking. You know, I think Humadi and Man Siestro, I feel like one of them could leave and be a better backup in a place that has more of a line. Yeah, I don't think they're going to upset no one in Dusseldorf. Personally. Respectfully. A run counter, nothing there. That'll probably see us close to the 2 minute warning. That is true. They have only lost to Paris and Ryan. They're a very good team. I'm not sure if they can overcome the big teams. It's kind of like Vienna. Vienna, I don't know if they can overcome the big teams because they haven't played them. Madrid, I don't know if they can overcome the big teams because they have played them and they've lost to them. Especially they lost convincingly against Paris. Actually, it wasn't convincingly. They lost in a competitive back and forth against Paris. Great tackle. Great tackle. Now see us into the 2 minute warning. Unless they've called a timeout. The clock has stopped. If they're calling timeouts, they're wasting their own time. I don't think they have, though. Fourth down. Why is the clock stopped? I mean, they're saying 2-minute warning, but they haven't announced it yet by the refs. And Ryan 5 finally get a bye. Them and like Prague. Prague still haven't had a bye week. I'm pretty sure. And they got to play this week as well. So like Prague got the really shitty end of the schedule. Right, they're going to kick. No good. Wide left. Tight. Man, Hamburg gonna be good. That's very close. Very tough. There's no one know that they want 2-minute warning. Can't lie. Kind of need to go to the toilet. It's been 3.5 hours. But I want to watch the end of this game. Should just see runs here though. This should be the end. That's the expectation. Why are you blowing the whistles, bruv? Come on. What are you doing? What are we doing, refs? We playing football? We standing around? There we go. There we go. Spiller's good with it, boys. We're getting a Spiller breakdown soon. This week or next. That means I gotta make a poster. Yeah, it's quite a few pictures, I feel. I feel like photographers have got quite a few pictures of Spiller. But just off of immediate thoughts with Spiller, his size, his durability, like his ability to be a slot receiver over the middle, I think he would need to beef up. His hands are good. His routes are pretty good. I need to get into a full in-depth study of his routes, but from what I know, they're pretty decent. We've got ad breaks now. Come on, guys. I want to leave now. I love all of you, respectively. But I need to go to the fucking loo. And the flags have delayed this game. Been a dominant bout for Madrid. Right, here we go. We've had the 2-minute warning. That's done now. Should just be runs. Oh, why are you throwing flags, bruv? Come on. You don't need to throw flags here. This game isn't about the flags. This game's about getting everyone out safe and healthy. And that's probably an anti-football thing of me to say. But I feel like the flag should probably be a little bit more stay in the pocket when it's this clear of a ending. And you're risking more players get injured by having more plays. That's my opinion. I understand that's probably the more unpopular. Like, unless there was a clock run off. Is the clock run off, I get a bit more. But there isn't. So, I feel like that should be. But now instead of having like 2 more plays, now we got 3 more plays. What if a player gets injured in that extra play? Right, here we go, finishing up now. Shouldn't be too long. I mean, it's been an easy fucking win for him. I barely got a page of notes. Because now it's because of that clock run off, we're probably going to have a fucking punt. Oh, we're going to have a punt. Like, this is what happens when the refs get too, like, weird about the endings. Like, I get it was probably a holding. But if it was, like, going to end the game quicker, I don't think it should be called. Man Siestro, he's got over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. He would be my MVP of today. I'm sure there's someone in Vienna who would probably argue that one, and the Surge too. Oh my god, more flags. But in this game, it's been Man Siestro by a mile. He's been outstanding. I mean, he's topped nearly his whole season in yards. He's been great. Alright, so we're going to have another Hamburg drive. Which is like long. Should only be like 1 play though. Because I imagine they're going to run it. They're not going to go for a deep shot with this much time left. You wouldn't expect them to anyway. Maybe I doubt it, Neil. I got 2 touchdowns, bunch of yards, a decent bit of QB play too. I mean, that's a good shout, but again, I feel like you got to take competition into it. And although Hamburg aren't good, Hamburg would shit on Milan. So that 2 years ago, watched them like Malik Stanley. They did, but they also got Tony Tate out of that. So, I think Malik Stanley's awesome. I'm a massive Malik Stanley fan. But he did get Tony Tate, so. There's the screen to justice. And that should run down the clock. Yeah, there we go. Right. Good job, guys. That is going to finish off our stream here today. Weirdly enough, although this is me straight on, I don't really know how this has worked. I am straight facing this currently, yet my laptop is just at a weird angle. Like, this is me straight. I don't really know why. But, and then like, yeah, there we go. So, Tune in tomorrow. I will be live again from just before 12. As always, it's been a pleasure. Let's go chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. We're all good. See you tomorrow. This one's been a dominant victory, as all of them have been. But I hope you guys enjoyed. You probably can't even hear me. Fuck. Sorry. This is going to be gone now. Much love, everyone. Staying. Another great stream. I'll see you, everyone, later.